Kobe.
Hello, people. This is Zach Keo on the beat.
Hello, I'm Zion.
And this is Titi.
Welcome to the Interviewist.
Quit adding the echo, bro. And we have a special guest, Miss Nadia, the regional director of the Boys and Girls Club.
Thank you guys for having me.
It's a pleasure. It's our pleasure.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
God.
Anyway,
So how was your day today?
I'm having a pretty good day. The weather's not too hot today, thank God. AC is
Yes.
doing its job,
Yeah.
so that's helping us a lot. I'm having a good day.
so quick question: what do you think of the World Cup and other sports like the Super Bowl and the wrestling leagues and volleyball and that kind of stuff?
Generally, I don't play a lot of sports or keep up with any sports. The World Cup, I'm excited because we have a lot of international guests in our country that are loving it, loving the food. They were here for America's birthday, so that's always fun. In terms of wrestling, volleyball, basketball, football, everything else, again, I don't watch or keep up, but my dad was a wrestling coach for Fordham University, NYU, Fordham Prep, so that's always been something that's been in my life. I also played volleyball in high school and in college, so a little bit of an athlete at my young age, but now that's all been done with.
Oh wow, that's something, really. Zion, why don't you ask a few questions?
Another question. What's it called? Oh, what made you start wanting to play volleyball?
Honestly, where I grew up at, my family didn't have a whole lot of money, and so in order for us to be able to more so afford myself to go to college, my dad thought it was very important that I pick up a sport just to make myself more marketable in time for the college process. You know, we knew we were not going to be able to pay so much. So as many good skills as you can have, my academics have always been great. My community service hours have always been great. I've been a great student. But being an athlete on top of all of that, it just helps you to be more well-rounded.
Yeah. How do you think the Boys and Girls Club is doing right now?
In terms of academics, athletics,
Overall.
overall, I think we are at a great space right now here at the Boys and Girls Club of the Greater Triad, and there's always room for improvement, but I think the trajectory in which we're going in, our athletics teams are building up, our academics, even you guys starting a podcast that is completely team-led is miles away from where we were years ago. And so I think it's only up from here.
Okay, so I got a question. Because, I've been a club kid since 2019, going off of Ward Street and Forest Hills where we met, back here at the Teen Hub a few years later. Why do you think the Boys and Girls Club, needs an expansion? Because, we've been hearing about in 2026 going from the Boys and Girls Club to the Greater High Point to the Boys and Girls Club of the Greater Triad. How do you think this expansion is coming, and moving forward, do you think we're in a great place right now?
I would say the expansion matters because of the examples you just gave of Boys and Girls Club kids since 2019. Zion I've also known since elementary school. My good friends on this side I didn't meet in elementary school, but I believe that you all will stay invested and grow the skills that you have learned at Boys and Girls Club and use them. We want as many kids across the Triad and really across America to have that same experience, to learn, to participate, to have fun, to engage, and to be themselves no matter where they are. So the expansion is extremely important because those other neighborhoods around us like Greensboro and Winston deserve those opportunities as well.
I wanted to say, remember Kobe and Zach? Remember, me and TT know OGs, so she met y'all in middle school. You're not the same.
Zion.
They still have a special place in my heart because they came when I opened this teen
We
center.
get it. You're the youngs of the club. We get it. You're the youngs.
Even though you barely come.
Anyway, so how do you feel about being a mentor and a safe resource for some kids who don't have that at home and other places like school?
That's entirely the purpose and the mission. When I first came to work at Boys and Girls Club, I did not care to work with elementary kids. My passion has always been teens and young adolescents because I know that the struggles you guys are going through sometimes feel more intense because of the things you all are experiencing at school. And not everyone does have a safe space or an adult figure that they can talk to, because at my age, when I was y'all age, I didn't have that. And so for me, that's entirely the mission. I know, as we were talking before the podcast cut on, as you grow in an organization, and although I seem more far removed from the everyday life of the club, the mission and my drive and my passion for being here for you guys is what brings me here every day, and that's what'll keep me here every day.
Yeah, because some people don't have those opportunities. Like, they don't have to go to school, they don't have houses, they don't have people to trust, you know?
And absolutely, and some of us, you know, whether we say it or not, don't have that. And so it's important not only for the adults around you to be that, for myself to be that, for Mr. Ray and Mr. Malik here, it's important for you guys to be that for each other. And so learning those skills to be a community here, and spread that community feeling out is very important.
Quick question, how do you feel of certain kids, not to point fingers, but of certain kids falling into bad habits and bad behavior?
I would say it makes me sad. I don't want any of you guys to fall into the wrong crowds or pick up habits that you know you should stay away from. However, the reality is everyone has their free choice. Everyone has a different life that they're living, and sometimes those things happen and you feel like you can't even stop yourself from falling into those habits. I would say we're still here as a resource in a community. As soon as you come to the Boys and Girls Club doors, we don't judge you off of that. Whatever you do on your off time, when you're outside, at least when you get into these walls, you're gonna be cared about. When you get into here, you're gonna be respectful. You're gonna have respect for yourself and for the other people around you. I can't judge anybody for what they do outside of these blue doors. However, when you come in here, you're a part of this, and this is bigger than what you even think it is right now.
Do you consider every kid and staff member here as family, like to you?
For me, that would give me a big family. I would say yes, you guys are near and dear to my heart. The kids are the mission, but the kids are my mission. You know, I remember opening the teen center. We started with 5 members on our first day. 5. And throughout that time, I was able to connect with you guys' schools, and a lot of y'all returned from elementary and ended up coming here. That's important to me. Yes, this is gonna be a safe space for you, just as home should be. And as a family, we do care for each other, and that also comes with reprimanding each other. You are gonna get some discipline in this house, okay? So just making sure you guys are all good kids, and hopefully we'll give back to your communities and work at your local Boys and Girls Club when you turn 18.
Okay, so I got another question.
Mhm.
You also spoke about disciplinary
Yes.
and discipline.
Yes.
You know, coming from a disrupted school, you know,
Yep.
High Point Central and Ferndale, you know, a lot of stuff happened
Yep.
back there. So when the kids come in,
Yep.
you know, what is supposed to be, well, I don't want to get this wrong, but like the discipline. Do you think the discipline has changed so far?
I can't speak for how people decide what is or is not discipline in their households. As for you here at Boys and Girls Club, discipline for us looks like, hey, if Mr. Ray asks you to do something, yes ma'am, yes sir, no ma'am, whoever you're talking to, you're gonna have that respect. If this is not the space that you want to be in, that discipline just looks like, okay, find the space that you wanna be in. And sometimes it's not here. But at least when you're here, oh yeah, the discipline, you're basically disciplining yourself. You're choosing what you really want. You either really want to be here and get involved and make your podcast, play your games, play your sports, join our teams, or you don't, and you have that freedom to choose that for your life.
Zon, have anything to say?
What's it called? Oh yeah. What made you wanna start getting into like Women and Girls Club, and did you ever think you were gonna get this far?
I initially did not have my eyes set on Boys and Girls Club when I was in college and I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I did an internship at the Boys and Girls Club in Dorchester in Massachusetts. That's where I went to college. And immediately, no. Immediately no. After college, I became a preschool teacher. Everybody at this table knows how I am. I don't think preschool was a good fit for me. I then went into high school and college academic advising, so that's helping high schoolers pick colleges, get into college, write essays, plan their future. And then while you're in college, I'm helping you stay afloat. I'm talking to you, we're talking about the problems. Are you having trouble funding college, whatever that looks like? When I moved down to North Carolina from New York, it was during COVID and I was looking for a job, and Boys and Girls Club popped up and I applied and I've been here. In terms of have I ever thought I would make it this far, not to pat myself on the shoulder, but I would say yes. I've always been somebody who is confident in if I want it, I will have it. And not because it just happens like that, it's because I'm gonna work hard. And you all can have that too. If you know you want something, you can have it. But that doesn't come easy, and it comes with hard work. So as long as you have the work behind you, you will have it. And whatever that looks like for you is whatever it looks like.
Yeah.
I have a question for you all.
Okay.
What's your question?
Okay, well, this is the first episode, and I'm interested to know from each of you, what made you want to start a podcast?
Well, it was kind of Ray's idea.
Okay, a good mentor, exposure.
For me, it was like also to like hear it from everyone and have their thoughts spoken of, and also to grow my YouTube channel a little. I just started last year in like mid-August.
Yep.
And I only had like 52 subscribers, so I'm trying to Zion with
52 is a good number.
yeah,
You can only go up from 52,
yeah, and I'm trying to grow it to something more bigger.
and it will grow if you work it.
For me, it was definitely because of radio, you know, because I'm doing journalism as soon as I get to A&T and doing 102 Jams. So
Okay.
basically doing this podcast is basically, you know, boosting my confidence, you know.
And building your resume.
Yep.
Practicing it.
What's it called? Thank you. For me, I've seen a lot of progress, grew up on like radio and stuff. You know, TT grew up like with the radio being invented, but I grew up on the radio already here. And I just remember listening to it and just having conversations with my friends. So just watching conversation, just watching podcasts and other stuff. So I would think it would be fun to do a podcast.
Also, what are the radios or podcasts that y'all have listened to growing up?
What's it called? Like TT said earlier, 102 Dance back when he was like 50. My bad, TT. Yeah, like 102 Dance, 300. What was it? I mean, there was like some comic podcasts and some others. I can't think of their name off the top of my head right now.
I can think of one, but I don't think it counts. But one, iHeartRadio, The Jubal Show, and also I seen Faruko and I think Daddy Yankee on some podcasts in different things.
That's great.
I not really into podcasts like that. So I'll do that, Zion. Yeah, so I don't really do podcasts like that and stuff, so yeah, that's about it.
And definitely, you know, for me, you know, we were talking about podcasts and who listens to who. You know, I listen to Drink on the Rocks every morning.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, on 102 Jams. You know, they're real funny and all, you know. I met them at the High Point Central versus Andrews game. You know, they're real cool people, you know. Back then, when I was legit, you know, a little kid, I was also listening to 3 Live Crew on 102 Jams. So, like, Steve Harvey, The Morning Show, Ricky Smiley, all them guys, you know, I'm very inspired by all of them.
So, you know, him and Steve Harvey was posted up back in the day.
Like, I ain't that old.
Yeah. So
Confidence is key, bro.
so what are y'all's favorite like things like
What, like
about life?
hobbies,
About
pastimes?
life. What are y'all's favorite moments of life?
Bring one up. Like, do you mean like, not birthday, but like, as we go on with like,
Yes, as y'all grow older, y'all favorite moments change and go over time. Like my current one is my great grandfather's lingbed. Due to him being Puerto Rican, he grew up making these little lingbed, they were like popsicles and cups, and they were so good. And now I'm starting to get into that to honor his legacy since he died on last year on the 8th of June. And every time my birthday comes up, I always think of him. And I'm gonna try to make Lingbin and sell it to the kids in my neighborhood. And I might bring some over to the Boys and Girls Club and teach them how to make it.
Yeah, share the wealth.
My favorite thing is probably just like cooking and probably just like being with my friends around me. Just like whether that's on the game, at the Boys and Girls Club, just whatever. I just love doing that.
You know, my favorite part of life, you know, listen, I love me some holidays, okay? 4th of July, you know.
He remembers the dinosaurs.
Listen, I'm not that old, listen.
He remembers when
Listen, they're talking about me, listen, doing the dinosaur age. Listen, I know, listen, I have an old soul, but I ain't that old, listen.
Hey yo.
He just wants a lot. He's
TT,
pushing 50.
TT, quick
If he's a
question.
dinosaur, I must be already extinct.
TT, quick question.
Go ahead.
Was George your old friend back then? Who?
Yo, leave him alone. Remember Rosa Parks used to date back in the day.
Man, listen.
Anyway.
My favorite part of life, it's the holidays, man. Listen, Christmas, New Year's, you know, especially going out of town, cause you know I ain't really from the 336 for real, but you know going out of town, going basically everywhere, just celebrating with family, you know, just come together.
You know what I'm saying? Because he used to be Santa's little elf, so he,
Oh,
he just
yeah.
helped a lot.
Oh, I have my fair share of stories from Santa.
Oh Lord.
Yo, I used to be one of his top elves. Anyway, let's tune it up and thank all our listeners and watchers for watching our podcast, The Interviewist.
Thank you
Thank you.
Thank you everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you guys for having
Thank
me
you.
and hosting me as the first guest. So I must be very important.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Miss Nadia.
You are.
By the way, I'm the Fallout survivor. Subscribe.
And rap.